Hey, Gremlin here with Hunter. Welcome back to Satisfactory. I think there's a plane approaching. There's like an airstrip not too far from here that someone's landing a Cessna or something. So, since last time, we did a little working on stuff. Most importantly, because someone's likely to notice that this was a horrible idea. Up here, we're importing by drone various things, including, well, rubber comes from the oil fields over there. But we're bringing in motors and smart plating. I had these coming here on a single line and then being separated. The problem is that if you get more than 50 in a row, that way it jams up because it can't separate in time. So I took it all apart, added a conveyor belt on top of a conveyor belt, and now this is working. So that's one. And that means we're producing, what was it this was making? Yeah, modular engines. I don't know what we need these for, but we're getting them, so that's something. Otherwise, and similar, I finally came up with an idea for, so we can make we have, where is it, this, which is just dumb. It ends here because we're importing aluminium from like the middle of the map over here somewhere. Or at least we could be, but we're also using it for other stuff on the map, so I just cut this off because it's stupid to rob the system of the ingots that we could use somewhere immediately. To that end, we've set up a converter thingy that takes, what is it, Caterium? Turns it into bauxite, which goes into here and becomes solution, and then becomes scrap, and then becomes stored, and then becomes ingots. And this is not turned off, but it is jammed up because instead of coming over and turning it on and off all the time because we fill up, we're either always full on aluminium or we're entirely out. I don't know why. It takes 3 seconds to run out the minute I turn it off. It's weird. I rerouted this to go up across the ceiling a bit over to here, since it just goes in right here anyway. And that's just, so down there, if we have surplus ingots, they get thrown into the system that throws them into a ticket mulcher. This is full, and until it's not, it's jammed up. It's fine. It's not hurting anything to be that. It's using a bit of power, maybe. About power, we did finally go over to, you can go look at this if you want, but I don't know what you want to do. Are you here?
Yes,
Okay.
I'm tending to my guests.
This is what we're kind of calling Northern Oil, which also I think I'm calling that now. This was like 4 really decent, I think they're all decent. Normal, I guess they're meh. Pure. So 2 pure and 2 normal, and there's more over here, I suppose. A little. Got that all worked up, so it's producing fuel, throwing it into, we don't have a fuel burner around here anymore, do we?
No, what? Did we ever? I don't think so.
Yeah, we had a bunch on the ceiling.
Oh, right, we were importing the rocket fuel.
Yeah, it was a little unworkable. Anyway, the point is we plugged all that in. It's producing fuel directly from oil and otherwise polymer, because we have that option from hard drives. We threw in like another 38 fuel burners and kicked up our production by about 10%. We're not really in trouble as far as power goes, but I do want to stay on top of it.
I think that was actually a standard recipe, not a hard drive recipe.
You sure?
I think so.
I'd have to find a refinery that I could, because I don't think I can set one down without a node, without a well.
A refinery you could, an extractor.
Or a refinery, yeah. I guess I could. Let me get a refinery then. How do you make a refinery? It's a thing here somewhere. Yeah, if you set it, yeah, I forgot about that. If I were to plug this into something and make stuff, I can do, that is what we did. So crude oil goes in, fuel comes directly out, resin that we're just throwing into another ticket mulcher that gets rid of it for us because we don't want it. Like, we have a bunch, enough that it's actually, when it comes in over here, we're just automatically, we're immediately. We're doing this to it. We're not that. We're doing this to it somewhere. I'm not kidding. Let me see. Yeah, polymer resin goes out of here down there into a mulcher, and then we get that. So, you know, good for us. I also made a bit of a change. I don't know how much it's helping yet. Because you've been wanting this fabric that's every 10th thing, I don't know how many. It's a bunch, actually, at this point. Over here, I noticed that the way I had patched the fabric into the system to end up here, I did it wrong. I overlooked a splitter that was taking some of the plastic it was with, not in a smart splitter way. And that was going ultimately toward manufacturing bullets. I'm not sure where in the system. It's a huge, as much as that's a mess, it's so much worse over here. It looks like this, but worse. Just all of this random stuff, half of which will burn the instant it gets home. But, yeah, for one thing, the sulfur that's going over there to make gunpowder was on like a Mark V belt, I think. Just because we didn't have Mark VI when I put it down. I upgraded it for no reason but to be lazy, and I'll show you what that... Well, it's not even lazy. Not really, but once I get over here, I see it, yeah. I upgraded this because it doesn't need to produce... It doesn't need to get the sulfur where it goes any faster than it is, because it's pretty... We don't use enough bullets to go through it that quickly. It's all backed up to this point, and further probably, down wherever it goes. But I upgraded this mostly so I can fly this far and land on this thing and run real fast. It's just better. It saves time. And then, yeah, when I get over here, there's going to be, I'll show you the fabric thing and what it was doing and what I fixed about it. I can just dodge this now. I'll go over and down. Yeah, so... Fabric's happening down. I'm hitching because I figured that out. It's anytime I go from actually flying to falling, it hitches. It's of all the things that could cause hitching in the game, that's what it is. It seems insignificant, but it's happening to us. One of these guys, I'll know which one I see the output, obviously. I don't see the output here. Yeah. This is pulling in resin and water, because we have that for making resin and fuel and whatever else we're doing around that again. Reduces fabric. The fabric just goes this way and ultimately into this whole incredible mess, which I thought was fine because it goes over here and then from there it goes somewhere I can't actually... I guess it's just stitching and slow. Oh, that's the separate... That separates it. I didn't realize it was also going this way, so it was going... Every once in a while, fabric goes this way. That it goes that way, we're not burning anything right now. This is full, so it's irrelevant. It can't really end up in there. But it was ending up in here, and therefore in here doing this, and that was jammed up and bad, so we weren't... The only reason we need circuit boards right now is to make connectors here to make... Is it... That, yeah, to make basic bullets into homing bullets, and then they, you know, so we're pretty good on bullets. We're not using them anywhere nearly as quickly as we can make them, so. Anyway, so I, with the fabric, I just threw in a smart splitter that is here. No, is here. When fabric ends up in here, it, you know, nopes its way over to here. Up a bit of a mess, and ultimately plugs in a nasty way into here, and joins the system. So we have fabric coming in from down here because we do, but half of it was disappearing, whatever percentage was disappearing over this way, and that was bad for us. So. Otherwise, we have some defunct... Can I tell what's in there? Copper ingots. Yeah, we have so many of those, we don't need it. Anyway, now I can ride home fairly quickly because of this. If you want to go over to the Northern Oil, there's not a lot to look at. It's just we got 4 oil wells throwing. We can do it. If you want to meet me somewhere, I'll put a train down and we can ride over there.
Okay.
Hang on a sec. Alright, I see you. And a train on the track facing the right way seems important. Get in, get this, go to that one, save changes, turn on self-driving, and now we got about 10 minutes to kill, so be back when we get there. And if you look at the left side of the train, there's a sky laser telling us where that. So yeah, down there we did we did this like a month ago at this point. Started setting up for it, and then
Got distracted by the batteries.
we got distracted initially by the announcement that 1.1 was coming out sometime this decade, I think, and then yeah, we started thinking we'd want to be able to store the power that we were gonna. But somewhere in there, we took a week to have a look at the upcoming stuff, which I'm really looking. Everything happens at once, I think. Well, I assume. About a month from now, we ought to be seeing 1.1 for this. We should be seeing Minecraft 1.21.6 in the next couple of weeks, 4 maybe, sometime in June. And loosely related to this, Unreal 5.6 ought to be coming out about then, I think. And it's got some changes proposed that just about announced, really, that I'm looking forward to. As far as using it for making stuff. I don't really make games with it. I haven't made a... I think the last video game you could even accuse me of having made was in, I don't know, probably 1982. It was like a text game, like Infocom stuff. It was something to do. I don't much do this sort of thing as a rule, except to build it and then have it, like, you know. It's almost as... for me, it's an extension of, like, Blender, which Unreal and Blender have replaced Lightwave, which I was using from the days it was the video toaster, so... Alright, this ought to lurk here without us, and we'll just write it home later. I did add another... This is weird, because I added... whenever I land. Oh, hitching, of course. So, we apparently got something wrong, because this, you know, goes down to the level that we're working at, which we're stuck with, because I'm not rebuilding all that. However, at the end of this ramp, you'll see that the altitude's off, and I don't really know how or why. It just is. Apparently, somewhere we got something put down wrong relative to everything. So, you can snap stuff to the grid, you know, hit control, and it'll orientate it the right direction, and snap it into a generally invisible layout. So, if you put down a square, anything, it'll line up horizontally in every way with anything else on the map, as long as you keep doing it that way. How did you outpace me?
I don't know.
Well, that's just not fair. Jeff's like a running start.
No.
Maybe, I don't know. You must weigh more than me is what happened. Anyway. Oh, trees that we still have to get rid of. And more hitching, because now I'm allowed to fly. Anyway, yeah, you can't, it's actually concealed at the moment because of that, but yeah, it doesn't match. It's, weirdly enough, doesn't match. I don't know why. It's just off by, what, a couple meters, I guess? Strange. I don't know what allows for that. So we have the 4, you just follow the pipes and figure out where. There's an oil well going into a refinery that's doing fuel, which is what we want, and also resin that we don't, but the resin immediately goes in there and it's gone. Coming in the back way with this thing. Over here somewhere, I think, is a, no, where is it? 1, 2. There's a 3rd right there. Is it over here somewhere? Yeah, there's the 4th. So, we have 4 oil wells. 2 of them are on pure wells, spills, whatever they are. Working at a decent pace. I guess that's as good as it gets. You can't put the sloop in there. You can have sloops in here, so we're doing that so we get all the stuff we can get. Doesn't really hurt that we're making that much extra resin because it just goes away. The oil, or the fuel, goes all the way over there. We, at the very last minute, I patched this in because we were, a couple of these on the end, we were having trouble getting enough fuel to fill up correctly, but...
Yeah, like 10.
Well, however many. So now it sloshes in from this side too. It should physically be all hydraulic, like if there's fuel, that's what there is. It compresses any air in there, but that's reality, not a video game. So in our video game, it sloshes a bit and gets kind of weird. That's 50, that's 50. This is 49, 50, 49. Yeah, it's working, it's fine.
You can tell it's a video game because none of these are abruptly breaking down and spilling everywhere.
Yeah, there is that. Yeah, I don't... What was this about? This was our original how we decided to make it this size, or this altitude. I don't know what the hell happened to us. But it was off by a couple meters, apparently, and I don't have the slightest idea why.
I don't even know where you are.
I'm over here looking at this thing. I wonder if maybe when I went through there, I bumped something and like this is right, but that there's no, you can't hit F3 and see the altitude. That's not a thing here, so. Is that, there's no way that doesn't work. Unless
it's one off.
It's...
Exactly one thickness off.
It's worse than that. I just figured out why.
Oh.
That's fine. Everything we have down there is fine. You know what's wrong is the ramp. And here's why it's wrong. This is the ramp I used.
Okay.
To get down, earlier today.
Mm-hmm.
That is the ramp I used last time. And that's a 4-meter ramp.
Oh.
You can see the difference. Yeah, that's why. So if I reworked that to be... Do I have power to get over here? If I replace this with a more steep... I'm going to fall, apparently. Steep thing, it would match up fine, apparently. And then hitch because I'll be able to fly, right? Yep, weird. Anyway, that was that. So we have an extra 7 or 8 something. 7 or 8 megawatts, is that right? There's no way it's got to be more than that. 7 or 8,000 megawatts, really. So, yeah, I just used the wrong ramp, that's why. It's cool. Doesn't really matter much, it's just what I did. Go back to the train and then go home and do the next thing for today if you want, unless you're busy here.
I was shooting something, but yeah, I'll find my way back, I guess.
Alright, I'll get on the train and reprogram it to get us home and wait for you and be back in a minute. 10. Yeah, so there's the batteries that we also got busy working with instead of what we just came from. We have a lot left to do here, but I don't know what's right. I can't talk today. My voice is going out. It's weird. We have that to build up from. We can go as high as we want with it too, because it's all just power lines. Oh, I see one that's off. Damn it. Maybe 3 that's... Wow. Well, we'll get to it. Alright. Back in a minute. Okay. Hop off the train and then delete it, because... I mean, you could just leave... I'll just leave it there. If we need a train, it's there. It's not like we're going to need a train anywhere else. So, next thing I want to do, because there's stuff that we need that we really don't need. And what that means is this. And that. And... Quickfire, theoretically, although I don't think we have any in this system. But this is all a big mess. The cable isn't the worst part, except there's a lot of it. The wire is bad. And we do need it. It's going into something up here, right? I don't know what, but it is, I'm pretty sure. Well, there's Quickfire. I guess we must have shut this down if it doesn't care that much. Yeah. It's computers that we're good on for a while. There's, yeah, wire. So, wire... comes out of the sorting system, makes it, it gets smart split off to here where it's jammed up, which means that we're not out of it yet. We are making stators, except we're not because we're out of pipes, and rotors for that matter. Weird. I guess we need to do something about steel pipes sometime too. Anyway, the problem is because the wire is not going in here, it's full, it's just going straight. And being 500 damn units per stack, once that gets in the sorting... Actually, at this point, I think they're... No, they're not. They could be. They will be. I'll make it happen. In fact, ditch all of those. I'm just going to go make some in a sec. Give me that. Let me think about how to make this work. What's going in? Ingots, right? Because I did that. If I had a smart splitter right here that knew about wire, that got merged into there somewhere, maybe. Like, okay, that's not right. Maybe. Well, it's good enough, I don't care. Should start. There's wire. Yeah, there it goes. Good, so that's no longer a thing. Cable is probably doing that too, but I'm less concerned about that. We can make, I don't think we are at the moment, we can make wire and cable and quick wire for that matter down here. So we have this whole system which has been here for a while. This is deuterium becoming ingots, becoming quick wire because, you know, obvious. But also we have a system for turning deuterium into basic wire, and then basic wire becomes cable. Cable officially is operational, but there's no wire going into it, so it doesn't really and then it all ends up. I say that. Yeah, it ultimately all ends up in here, and therefore, I guess just up there is how it works. What we can do instead is get a smart splitter somewhere around here. Maybe do... Where exactly does this go? Well, it goes up. Okay, yeah, we can lose... Is there any other reason for that to exist? Let's just get rid of all that. Get rid of... I'm going to fall in a sec. Rid of... We don't need these anymore, because I'm just not doing this. That can stay there and just not be as bothered by anything. That can go because it's leaving now. The port thing that's holding it together can go. Shift doesn't do what I want. Put that back because it's a floor. And this is so weird. Okay, yeah, this is fine. So that's now going nowhere. That's fine. Take this. Is it straight mode? Cool. Just smack that right there for a sec until I can think. If I had a smart splitter, which is 3, right, lined up to do any good, because I wanted same problem with upstairs where if you have too much jammed up along the way, it just doesn't do anything for anyone. If I were to split, I'm gonna want cable, quick wire. Wire is the farthest away. It's just a kind of alphabetical. I want wire on the bottom. It doesn't really matter if it's on the bottom. This might be a dumb place for... Let's lose this for a sec. And let's put this up to the ceiling so it's out of the damn way. And then hitch because it does stuff to hitch. Oh, I'll come over and show you that I could use some help with something. If you see this here, so the concrete is going where it goes. That's just missing it entirely, apparently. If you want to, wherever this ends, keep building it, and then more or less match the one above it, which is looping around because that's our sorting system output thing, right? Just the floors.
Oh.
Yeah, just
what?
Just fill in the floors so we have the same U loop thingy. And I'll catch up to you with this somehow. If I can figure out where it goes. About, I imagine there. I can't see well enough because the thing that pops up and tells you what you're going to be using gets in the way of seeing what you're doing with it. I don't know why. From here... let me see. I'm going to want... I'm going to want... I kind of hate the concrete's where it is. Actually, cable is first, so it doesn't really... It's, whatever. It'll work out. If I bring this up to a level that I can work with, which is here. So, well, no, I can't see it. I wonder if there's like a mod or something that would allow you to, I guess you can just count, but who wants to? I mean, we need a roller coaster tycoon height thingy. You know, let's just put this up here, because I know where that is. Now bring this over here. Possibly alongside that, I don't know. Yeah, I can't do it. I mean, I can do it, but it won't work. You know what I'm going to actually do with this? Give me the smart splitter after all. If I set this down, because the cable is going to be... That doesn't matter where it is. If I set this guy down in a way that makes any sense, which would be about like this, I think. Put one of these on it. Try to build it up to about the same height, which is apparently here. But that way. I think this will match, and then I might even be able to just bridge this. Is that going to fit? Like, without being too horrible? Actually, that's really good. Okay. That goes down into the splitter. Cable should go, if that's concrete, then Ethereum. What bauxite is before C. There it is. If that were, and it has to be input, so if that were here, can I just connect that to something? I mean, is that fair? Is it going to work? It's like that much too short. That's lovely. Set that down so I remember where that is. What is not happening to me? Okay, it just didn't believe me. Set this down just so I have a platform to put something on. Bring this... Isn't better. Do that. I'll fix it later. Get off. Go. Lose... Gimme this, kinda, somehow, except not working. Like, that's good. Ditch this and that, and remember where it goes, and put this going there. And then kill that, and that. And if that just goes over here, it'll match up fine. And that one is going to be for cable. So, cable like that. The other two are going to be... Let's start with wire, because it'll be the one that remains. If that makes sense. And that'll be quick wire. Throw this out, however far. About that far, apparently. And, in fact, go about there. And then go... Or, actually, I'm just going to get this to the quick wire spot. That'll make the most sense to me. Near it. No, I'll get it later. Because it has to be the upper one. With that done, lose that. Give me that like this, and this like that, and attach one to the other. Yeah, and then there's going to be a whole third thing that gets weird, but that's fine. If this one's wire, I can just get it done first. Did you get the floor all finished?
I think so. I also did the next level up, I'm sorry.
No, go ahead, it's fine. Get I don't really want to turn the machines on until I have this in place, or else it's going to get nasty if I have to move anything. This over to about where where I'm going with it, which I guess will be like this. Around the corner. To... this one's actually labeled down. Wire. So it should be this one. Yeah. If... Is there a wire in there? No. If that came out and just lined up to snap with that and then did that. Wire's done. Quick wire. I'm gonna go find. Which is under Q for quick wire. That's P, right? Or is it? What is that? Okay, so quick wire's over here somewhere. Which might have a spillover thing, I don't know. It's got a sign at least. Okay. That's just right next to the packaged water. If this came out here and then got a little creative with how this is going to make any damn sense. About like that. That looks okay. Oh, and then this is going to get a little weird because I've got the whole jumper thing already. I guess I could just put in another one. Or just go over it organically, I mean, however it works. I can do another jumper, why not? It's kind of fun. So put that down. Give me... Actually, where the hell is it? Go ahead and give me one. I don't know why I'm calling it a jumper. I just am. How high is that? Not very. I gotta fix it now. Wait. I didn't do it yet. That's why. Let's just get this up to the... Yeah, it's a good thing you put that ceiling there, honestly. Go, give. Give me this. We'll just go over here to where I expect it to end up. Just gonna be however far it allows me to go. Why am I... It looks wrong and I don't know why. Get over to here. The best part of this is that when you're flying around, you have no control over how much you move. Like, it's not entirely true, but it's close enough to true. Give me one of these, put it there, put that... Oh, I'm nuts, I gotta move that now. Nope, that was real close, though. We know it'll... Oops, we know it'll work. Throw that there, throw that there. Did I go the wrong way? It's... One of these is wrong. Up. They do have little arrows, they tell you that. Let go of me. Up, over. It's got to be going this way. And then down. How is that not a match? What the hell am I wrong about? What the hell does that... Oh, it just didn't like it. Well, aren't you fastidious? Okay, that works, I guess. I think. Let's go find out. So now... If I just go turn all this stuff on, we do have the incoming elements to make this happen. Cable's already on, right? And that is throwing half of the wire that way, and that's going to be quick wire. So if this were on, it would start producing wire that would also produce cable, and if this were on, it would produce quick wire, which would be quick wire. We should start seeing that happen in a big hurry. Then we figure out where I have this get this way. And up somewhere. Ah, there it is. And then down, ultimately into this sorting thingy. It's doing what it does, and therefore it splits. Cable goes directly over here, jams up when it feels like it. wire and quick wire are both jumping the concrete and going over here. Quick wire on top, right? Gets over where it's going to go. It goes into its spot and eventually jams up. But things jamming up are just the nature of everything here. So what matters is when it jams up, it doesn't have a dozen stacks of 500 wire each, and then it's fine. I don't care very much. That's that. That gets our wire, its wire removal from the system. We'll call it that. All three of these are wire, so there you go. Patch cables, I don't know. That leaves us, a little time. What do you want to do next?
I don't know, I'm finishing this up.
Okay. Finishing, oh, the
Everywhere
floors.
there's a floor, I'm adding a loop.
Yeah, go ahead. Might as well. I can lose whatever the hell is in my way now, because I don't care. Oh! Steel pipes. Why are we low on steel pipes? Oh, I know exactly why we're low on steel pipes, and it's a big, stupid reason. So we have incoming steel. That's not... Please don't pitch. That's not our problem. We have these drones bothering us with everything like gnats. This one, I think, is steel. No. Yeah. Oh, because it's shut down. If I just turn this on, it won't be shut down. Is that going to dump? Yeah, there we go. Those go over here. They go here, which is... Well, so is this turned off? Yeah. I think we're good on the other one. I think we have enough of these for a while. We can just leave that not turned on. The surplus ingots are going... I'm just trying to think if they're going to make any trouble for us. Apart from possibly being full on them. Yeah, this snakes along the ceiling here. And then... makes its way down. So I get the wire thing done, right? Yeah, so as we get wire, it just goes away. It's fine. Steel ingots ought to be coming down this one, so... There they are, right there. Give me those for a sec. I just want to test something. If I put those in here where they'll necessarily be ready for takeoff. You go over here to watch this. Am I going to get a stream of steel ingots? Yeah, probably. So, I guess in that sense, we could probably kill the, because we don't want those jamming. They stack to 200. Is it 100? I'll find out.
No, those are steel beams.
No, it's not beams. It's
yeah.
Just a minute. Let me get over here. I have a box full of them. I'll see what they stack to. If it's 100, it's less of an issue, but not by a lot. It's actually 100, yeah. But what I can do here is simply take that out. And then they stack up in here because that's what they'll do. I assume that drone is off getting more and it's not going to be a problem. They come from over here somewhere. Is that it? Yeah. And once that gets far enough north to do its job, it should be one of these that I can't really see. What in hell are you not telling? Motors, iron, steel ingots, and it's full. So once the drone actually gets there, it'll slurp in however many it can carry and bring them back, dump them in here. From here, they dump into there where it's full, there where it's almost full, there where it's using it. This will just fill up. It's fine. Whoa. What did I just get wrong? What the hell is... What is that? Why are iron ingots going in here? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I did that, yeah. Never mind, that's not how we're going to do that. We're going to patch that back in. And just take out that, because... we don't want a bunch of steel ingots, but we do want the iron ingots, so that's important. Where's our drone at this point? Probably still on its way there, actually. Big map. Is it that? Yeah. So once that fills up, I guess we'll get some idea once it's out of the way how many it took by what's left. Broadly. Plus minus a stack. Oh, come back when we know something. It got like 3 stacks. I guess that's what it can... Yeah, it's about I thought it carried like 900. What did I think that? What does that have? I know it's copper. 900. And they stacked... Did it just fill up that quickly behind it? Is that what happened? Maybe. Anyway, now we just keep an eye on it for when it gets to where we are, which is from somewhere. It's not that yet, is it? It's that. Okay, so just track its progress as it just sort of drifts its way around. It's not a straight line. I don't know why. It's just not. It's kind of weird that it's out over the void, like we could lose it. It's right there. And it needs to go here, I think. That's copper, right? Maybe. I don't know. Is it that one? Okay. I'd like it all to be on the map at once. I guess it could be. Just do this. Yeah, there's you, which you must be near me, right?
Yeah.
The hub, yeah, I see where I am. Well, then as it gets closer, it'll end up outgoing time crystals. Oh, because that's the name of the drone. Somewhere around here, one of these is incoming copper, or steel. Yeah, it's going to land here, and... Is it this one at this point? Okay. So, in fact, I'm going to probably just start watching the skies, because it'll come in from over there. Somewhere. Or beneath me, maybe. I don't know. It will get here. I doubt that. I just don't know when. Come on. Half this game is waiting for drones to show up at this point. $900 wasn't it? It just filled in that quickly behind it because there was that much ready to go. Okay, and these ought to come out, not go there, do go here, not go there. Get us some steel pipes, which will go where they go, and that'll be fine. You're gonna give us the steel? Because that's why you're here. Oh, you know, something funny happened. We ran out of fuel. This stuff. I don't know how or why, but the drone bringing the fuel here, it landed where it goes over here, this one. Well, that one. And stayed here because it didn't have the fuel to get home. Home is where the rocket fuel comes from, and I had to basically feed in. Is it still going on? Yeah, no. Yeah, I patched in, this is being fueled at both drone ports now, just to be sure. That's draining. Oh, it's just draining. It's just going to be like that because in the absence of this to fill up with both iron and... Why is iron... I guess that's how I'm getting it downstairs. That makes sense. Just weird. Iron receiver. Yeah, that makes sense to me. Why not? That's okay. When this jams up, it'll just be jammed up. It'll wait until it's not because it's making something. Let go. Making these, which it's doing. 100 of these a minute. They stack to 200, I think. And that'll help jam up our sorting system a bit, but still. It won't be a big, huge problem, and then they belong down here. I assume they're getting snaked in. I guess I can check. Where do they go? What are they doing? 200 of them, so that worked out. Yeah, it filled up that much, and that's what we have. Yeah, it's going to do it. So, yeah, we need 400... Well, we need 3 and 2, really, to make what we need for this. But I do wonder why the hell we're making motors. We're flying those in, right?
You think so?
Well, this is kind of stupid, then.
I think you decide... Maybe... Let's... I don't know.
Yeah.
But you decided it was really important.
We just didn't have a lot. I don't know what we have now. I can go look at the motor line. It's under M somewhere. I have no idea how we're doing on motors. I just know we were low enough that if I looked at them in here, we had less than a stack or something. We obviously have more than a stack, but... How do you make turbo motors? And why do we want them?
I don't know.
Okay.
Because we're hoarding everything.
Yeah, pretty much. That's why, yeah.
We're doing much better on gas filters now that I'm.
You have more fabric to work with.
Yeah, although I am a little concerned about iron plates.
That's where we are on motors. We could stand to fill in 4 or 5 more of these things. I guess we'll do that. We have motors coming from 2 sources. Give me this back. Okay, I can't find out that way. Turbo, that guy. What do you want for this? Motors, obviously. Radio control. Are we making cooling systems anymore?
I really don't know.
How do you make a cooling system? It's a blender thing, yeah. Heatsink, which is easy. It seems like it shouldn't be, but it's just those. Huh. And rubber and water and this nitrogen, right? Do we have a drone port over at the nitrogen fields at all?
Maybe.
I don't think we have one.
Would that be on the map?
If there's a drone, yeah, actually it should be. My nitrogen's like,
There it is.
It is?
Yeah. The next to Lake Nuke, and it doesn't look like we have a drone port there.
Let me head over there and see what I can. We've got a couple of minutes left. Yeah, be right back. So the more I think, first of all, I think the blender here is set up to make these things. I think that's where we left it. This line was getting us nitrogen canisters to go home, which is another way to handle it. Because that's the hardest thing for us to get. We don't have to make it here. I just want to see if we have the option of making it here. It's not doing much. Oh, never mind. It was making them once, but then we did for we could do it. It doesn't matter. The issue is, yeah, the nitrogen's here, but it also is at home, or at least it could be. We could just drone nitrogen home. I mean, take out some of this and just fly it home from here, because that's ready to make at any time. No drone port though, so we have to come up with a decision of some kind. Is there anything lurking? No, it would be out. It would be in here. These have to be made in a blender though, right? There's no alternative. Like they always need nitrogen or something.
It's, what is it?
I'm getting there. Oh, that's turbo fuel. That's not what I want. Turbo motor. And then this is, in theory, oh, that's what it used. Yeah, it's always a blender. I really could just drone home the nitrogen. I guess. Well, I could just turn this on and have it. It would go home. The flaw in that is that it mixes with quartz crystal coming in, so we'd either be back to getting that we don't need, or I'd have to break the line at some other. Let's do that. Let's just turn this on. Go ahead and make lots of. Well, that's pretty rapid. Let's do that. Yeah, I could sloop it, I guess. That would give us twice as much. It doesn't have to be fast, but it seems wasteful to not get as much of it as we can. Oh, I can't. That's fun. I thought I could. Strange. Alright, so now nitrogen's heading halfway home, except it's gonna break because it's not entirely patched to get there. Whoa. I'll fix that here in a sec in a couple of different ways. Because, yeah, we are so full on quartz crystal that it's just... I don't think we're even using it in anything at this point. So that comes in from the side here. Except that now I say it doesn't. Maybe get it close so I can read it. reintroduce it if I need to. And then we have all this, which doesn't matter too much, but then at the end of all this, I need to reconnect this thing. And that should get us all of that, but also then the nitrogen once it shows up, which it eventually will. That'll end up in the sorting system where I think we're actually full on it for now. But we'll see when we get home. So, first of all, yeah, the quartz, that resin is getting sent off to be killed, so we don't have to worry too much about that for long. Nitrogen is, I think, on the western side of the sorting system. Let me go find it. It might not be. There's no sign. Well, I know it goes roughly here. It's just on the other side somewhere. So it's under, it might be under P. I don't know why I thought it was under N. It probably isn't under N. The hell is it? What do you even call it? Do I have any? Packaged. So it's under P somewhere. What is this stuff precisely? Sure, so that's before, that's after N. Plastic. Are we? Oh, we're not. I know why. We added it late enough. It's toward the beginning, I think. Hang on. This is going on, so that's cool. Yeah, I think I added it later. I didn't think we'd want it, like, in the system, but eventually I added it anyway, so it's around there. So it goes in there, and it's full. So, and then we're going to get more any minute whenever it gets here. So, well, out the back it probably gets burned, right? Because it was full. Yeah, so when we get it, I'll actually just go to the ticket mulcher ultimately. We could... We're really pretty low on time at this point. We can do it next time. We'll set up to do coolers and then the turbo motor. What do we need this stuff for? Just to have it?
Yeah, just to have it.
Okay, well, it's a video game, so we might as well. Ah, you took out my way to stand on this and monitor stuff, did you? No, I can still stand it. Alright, we'll just get out of here early then, unless there's anything else we can do real fast.
Not really.
No. Okay, well, short episode. It's short. 53 minutes long. We're slacking. There's no doing one of these in half an hour. Just get on the train. It takes half the episode to get somewhere. Okay. Well, we did do... What did we do? We got the... Pointed out what we had done, including the extra fuel things that produce power. So yeah, we're up to 74.5 right now. It might be fluctuating. It is fluctuating. You can see it. That's fine. It doesn't hurt us to do it. We can build off that more if we want. Although, now we probably can't. That's about how much we can get out of that fuel without converting it to rocket fuel first or something. Did the whole wire removal. It's right there. So it's removed from our system, is my point. There's still slots for it in the sorting system in case something happens, but mostly we're just bypassing it. And, yeah, we're set up. Next time we'll do cooling systems and probably turbo motors. We do have those, and we can turn it back up. We're able to make them. We're set up for it. So we can turn that back on if we need it. Motors and rubber are pretty obvious, and that's what we need. Yeah, we'll do that next time. Alright, we'll go. You can like and subscribe, and, you know, bypass sorting systems, I guess, is as good as it gets, because, man, that thing gets clunky. Click the stupid bell for notifications, and we'll see you next time. Bye.